All right, man, you already know who it is. It is your boy, man, Jerry Pitt, and we are back to react with what's new on the tube, man. Fresh Babes Reacts, Graduate Reacts. You already know who it is. We got the Fresh Babes Reacts, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's been a weekend. It's been a hell of a weekend so far. It's been a hell of a week. We're doing big things, man. We're growing on the tube, man. I graduated. I start working in a couple of months. You guys couldn't possibly think that this was going to be my only, mainstream of income, bro. We just do this. This shit is a hobby, man. I just want to see where we can go with it. We had commencement yesterday, dude. That shit was actually pretty fire. It was the guy who wrote or designed Hamilton, the play, and he had a lot of good things to say. I'm not gonna lie. He was yapping. He had a lot of good things to say. So yeah, congratulations to all the graduates, college, high school, middle school, wherever, masters, PhD, whatever you guys are doing out there. Salute to you, man. Congratulations if you graduated, or if you're on track to graduate soon, man. Keep going, bro. You're right there, bro. I'm telling you, you're right there. Don't give up on yourself. Education is key, man. You gotta learn stuff. You gotta know things in life. And just because I'm done in school doesn't mean I want to stop learning, bro. I always want to learn and to better myself, continue to grow as a human. And yeah, man, that's why I'm not afraid to react to anything. Like I always say, bro, comment down below what you guys want me to react to. We got a banger today, man. Patriots were teasing this whole little series about, I think how the team is coming together, like how they built it, how they maybe designed it, like GM wise and draft wise. And then I think it shows like some behind the scenes with the players. But yeah, man, I know it was gonna be this long, so I got my little snack right here. I just came back from the gym, dude. I made some eggs, some sausage paws. It was a good meal, bro. It's a good day, bro. It's gonna be a good weekend. I get my actual graduation tomorrow. I get my diploma cover and everything, so I'm excited, man. Just trying to pump out this content, bro. I appreciate you guys for 70 subs. Oh my gosh, how could I have not started off the video thanking you guys for that? We're at 70. Well, actually, now we're at 73 subs. Now since last night, we've already been up 3, and dude, we're growing quickly, man. It's such a blessing, dude. I'm so grateful for all of you that's tuning in, whether you like it or don't like it, whether you leave constructive criticism or leave trolling comments. I appreciate every single one of you, man, just for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. I like that. I'm able to bring you guys content that you guys can enjoy. And yeah, man, we got Force and Foxborough episode 1, building the Patriots, New England Patriots. Roll up, catch your vibe, do whatever you guys got to do, get some snacks, man. We're gonna tune in, man. You guys know the Patriots are my team. We're really just gonna sit back and vibe, see what it is, and then talk about some things. Maybe when I see some shit, but let's just jump right into the video, man. Enough talking. Let's do it, bro. And I reacted to the schedule drop. I just didn't have time to edit it and post it yesterday before my I just didn't have time before my graduation to upload it. Why are the subtitles so small?
Don't have a whole lot of room.
Hold on, my fault, dude. Okay, dude.
Hey, but I'm gonna give you the rules.
Oh, step on, dude.
Respect the team. Okay, respect the football team and the people that are here. We're building our program. When we talk about when I got here, okay, and what my goal was, it was to build a program that you guys and the coaches and the staff wanted to be a part of.
And I'm gonna really try not to pause too much, but dude, seeing Vrabel be our coach, man, just makes me so happy. Dude, if you're a Patriot fan, spam a fucking W's in the comments, bro. We're fucking going to the playoffs this year, and we're winning the Super Bowl within the next 3 to 4 years with this guy as our leader, bro. Oh! I'm so glad I reacted to this video first. I got a lot of reactions today, but I was like, I should do this one first. I have the most energy right now.
I'm proud of the way we prepare. I'm proud of the way we practice. Okay, and I'm proud of my teammates for the effort in which we play. The overriding goals for that program that we're going to build.
We see Josh McDaniels, bro. Let's go. He's back.
Okay, when was the last time the New England Patriots won the division? Does anybody know? 2019. So we're building our own identity, okay? And it's all going to be based on how do we make you guys as good as you possibly can be as an individual, as a player, and then as a teammate. The training staff, the equipment staff, the kitchen staff, these people are all here to help you. Okay, we're going to treat those people with the utmost respect. That's important to our owner. That's important to me. That's important to everybody here, is how you treat people in this building. Somebody asked me, are you worried about what went wrong last year? Why would I care about what happened?
That was so embarrassing, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Dude, as you guys can see, I'm literally foaming at the mouth, bro. This is my fucking coach, man. This is my fucking coach. I had so many people telling me they wanted me to react to this, bro. I was going to react to it anyway, but, bro, everybody knows, bro, I love the Pats.
We're not worried about what went wrong. We're focused on what's going to go right, and I want you to understand that.
That's the attitude you got to have in life, bro. Fresh Babes, by the way.
We trust you to do your job and do what's right for the team on and off the field. Do you?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually put that on camera.
So that it makes you better. When we talk about building a program, okay, the foundation is going to be built on things like honesty. The program is going to be built on honesty.
Why are they showing construction workers?
The truth. You want to tell the truth. You want to seek the truth.
Why are they showing construction workers?
It's going to be built on accountability. When I was in the 5th grade, I had this hard-ass math teacher, and he used to come up, grab us by the back of the neck, and we were messing around just like you guys all day in school. And every time you screwed up, he made you right. Accountability. And then you had to spell it right. And then it was the definition. I will take responsibility for my own actions.
I like that,
I couldn't tell you anything else he taught me about math, but I can tell you about accountability.
I'm on those Fresh Babes team. Got a little itchy, man.
And I think, because I had to write it, he'd be like 500. 1,000.
What?
So then we just spend class just getting ahead, and when he told us 500, we already had it written out, we were ready to go. But I know the definition of accountability.
That's fire. Bro, Jalen Pope.
It's going to be built on respect.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna say anything crazy right now, but I just hope you
what everybody's role here is.
hope you start,
When we come to work and we communicate.
committed to the team, man.
It will be important to us. I want you to understand that. It will be important to us. And ultimately, it's going to be built on a connection. It's important.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, dude, I'm glazing. Dude. Oh my god. This is gonna be a top 5 dude in the league for like the next 5 years. Until Diggs retires. Look at that killer smile from Drake May, bro. Dude, it's crazy how bad I'm glazing, bro. This shit makes me happy, makes me smile.
Because in the end, it goes bad like it does every season at some point in time in every locker room throughout the National Football League. Something is going to happen. How do we respond to that? Right? How do we help a teammate that's going through something? There's going to be an energy. We're not going to walk around on a practice field. We're a long way off from there, okay, but there's going to be an energy around this building. What you can expect when a coach on the ball! On the ball!
It's going to go. Good communication. Know what to do. Know where to go.
And then on Sunday, we're going to let you play. Hey, you've been lifting this offseason. You've done anything. Okay, well, let me come here and see how much you've been lifting.
I actually saw this clip on Instagram when they were teasing, like the whole series and everything, dude. Imagine getting called out, bro, by a coach first day, you're back, seeing if you're lifting, bro, you're not knowing what you're doing. Dude, when I first saw the look on this nigga's face from that Instagram clip, I was like, this nigga wasn't lifting, bro.
2, 3, 4, 5.
But he probably was. I was just wrong.
Okay, good. Let's turn around. Let's get back to the middle. Let's get 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you guys all assume this is in the middle, okay, good. Let me get you a little base here. Ready? Get your head up. Help me here. Help me get hard. Right? Good. You've been lifting. Everybody give a round of applause.
Good. You've been lifting.
So what did you just notice right
Sound
now?
like Rudin right there.
And the 2 things we did. Anybody notice anything? Tony, did you notice anything? How easily I got him to move across this hallway? And then when I started pushing against him, what happened?
Fought back.
Yeah.
Resisted.
We're going to be along on this journey with you guys. You understand that? And I don't care.
Damn, bro, I'm running out of grades, man. You should
This is how
bust him.
I want to do it. Being along for the journey, yeah, I was kind of guiding him along there, pushing him a little bit,
accurate.
right? But I was next to him. There's a difference between being next to somebody and pushing them and sitting across from them and having some conflict.
Dude, you can already just tell the difference in chemistry and like, dude, it's a team again, bro. We're not selfish anymore. Dude, we haven't even played a game with this season, man. You guys should see how hype I got in the schedule release video, bro. Dude, if we don't win 13 to 14 games, it's a failed season. We're gonna make the playoffs. But if all else fails, and I think this team is overhyped somehow, I still say if we don't win at least games, then we're good for it. Because, dude, the talent on this roster,
how we're going to operate this program. Is that we're going to
coaching
go
staff,
on the journey. There's going to be some ups and downs, but that's the whole goal.
they have a lot of potential, man.
Is to go along on this journey with you guys to get you more out of you than what you guys think. From today until however long we're together, we're going to build these relationships, make a connection. Come on, what everybody needs. Understand, we don't care how you
Jabril! He's back.
I don't care how I got here. I don't care how you got here. The only thing that matters is what we do while we're here. Undrafted, free agent, first round, no round.
Go.
Oh, yeah. Nobody cares. This game doesn't care what car you drove into this lot with this one.
No, sir.
Out there between the lines.
It's time to work.
Doesn't care what car you drove in, or how big your house is, or any of that other thing. All that matters.
Look at that ball, man. Actually a little wobbly at the end.
Do your job.
Can't get no copyright. Sorry, Patriots.
Well, I want to thank my parents, my only child. But I will tell you that they taught me the value of hard work, and my dad taught me the value of loving to be a part of a team. So I showed up, and all I wanted to do was start for this team. I wanted to start, I showed Teddy Bruschi and Willie McGinnis.
Nasty ass linebacker core. What you guys even know about that, bro? I was young, but I know my Patriots history, bro. You guys don't even know, dude. Nasty ass linebacking core, bro. Dude, Willie McGinnis was my dad's favorite player for a while, and Richard Seymour. I used to have a jersey for Richard Seymour, and he had a signed hat from Willie McGinnis. So I knew about them when I was young.
For great coaches. I'm so thankful for the teammates, and we'll always love the Patriots. This is an unbelievable honor. Thank you.
That's my fucking head coach.
I'm really proud that 15 months later, we're back here today to invite him and his lovely wife, Jen, to announce as the new head coach of the New England Patriots.
I like that.
I want to thank the teams that were willing to meet with me through this process to give me an opportunity to potentially lead their team. But in the end, it was clear to me and to my family and my soul that this was the place that I wanted to be.
Hell yeah.
I want to galvanize our football team. I want to galvanize this building. The most important thing on the players, I want to provide a program that provides their ownership, but also their accountability of each other. And one that they'll be proud to be a part of.
Knowing that
I already seen this interview, so it's nothing new to me.
Teams and some with the chemistry, the discipline and hard work needed, but also the camaraderie. And he has a persona that has a certain charisma and confidence, but he also knows how to be very firm when he has to be.
I'm excited. Braves is excited. I think that he's the right man for the job, of course. He's a good friend of mine. Do you remember Jen?
I think from a media perspective,
You remember Jen? Do you remember Jen?
I think Mike is going to be a blend of several of the past regimes.
You noticed that. Always go see first. Every question and the is a testament to you. Hi, Karen. Karen, what you got? Hi, Karen.
I guess I'm up, right?
Let's go. First pitch.
All right, first pitch.
Karen, I'm smiling, Karen, because I know I look a lot older than I did when I played here, and Karen looks exactly the same way she did when she stood in front of me in the locker room. That's amazing, Karen.
Chill, bro. You got the wife, bro.
I think he does that out of respect for my age and the fact I'm one of the few that actually covered him as a player when he was here. He's fun, but he's also tough. Raven learned a lot about the game, and he's picked up a lot of things along the way, but he's also his own man. He's just a good blend of all that's made the Patriots successful over time.
I appreciate that. He's the master. Patriots. When you hear that, what's that mean to you? I think Mike was actually the heartbeat of the locker room. Mike was a chameleon, so he knew and checked out the locker room.
I wonder how long this series has been in play for.
You know, go in and then talk to him and then with that day. You know, he'd play dominoes, he'd slap the bones just as hard as us. You know, or you see him going with a cowboy hat rocking out the country. That was Mike. You know, he was kind of like the conduit to our space. I think that means that's a combination of a lot of hard work, some sacrifice from other people. It makes me feel grateful to be in this position, but I understand that there's a lot of people that helped me get there, and so I'm thankful for that and excited about the opportunity. I think there's been a renewed sense of energy around the building since Mike Vrabel has returned. Certainly a familiar face and somebody that I, as a fan, am intimately familiar with his play style, and I think that always carried over into his coaching style and in his teams that we saw down in Tennessee. Play start just like this as I start, put my hands here, and just throw my hands and let my feet fall. I love having Mike Vrabel back. I think he embodied what the Patriot way was: versatility, toughness. Mike Vrabel comes in the game. His experience is what embodies what's great about the NFL. Which I think he had 10 catches his whole entire career.
10 touchdowns. All-time touchdowns.
The ratio to catch a TD is 100%. That's insane.
Insane. Well, he's really good. I mean, he was very versatile, and that didn't just apply to the defense.
So I looked out there for him, and he looked like he stretched out for it, and he kind of tapped his toes. What a great catch.
What a goat, dude.
Positions, no matter what they asked him to do, he was always willing to do it. Of course, there's many famous moments that you recall, none more famous than when he scored touchdowns in Super Bowls.
Got 2 sacks on defense, and now a touchdown. What the Patriots do. His impact, because of his work ethic and his competitive drive.
Such a dog, dude.
Made it very special.
Watching this makes me happy, makes me smile, bro. We're back.
I thought Vrabel was a little bit unique in that regard because it wasn't just his ability to play tight end and sort of figure out another way to contribute. Also on defense, he was an edge guy. He was a guy that wanted to get after the passer.
Boom.
The year that I was out, actually, and then we had Vrabel play inside linebacker, and he did well. Taking the creed. In terms of even just being that player that can go from an outside linebacker on the line of scrimmage to
Dude, he's a dog.
off now,
Yeah.
I think that just showed as a player for me that he just hit every single aspect of defense. Opportunity to play for the coach Wolf and coach for some unbelievable.
Like a coach on the field, bro.
Coach Shaky, Belichick, the coaches that were here.
It was very easy to picture Mike as a coach when he was a player. It really was, because he was very cerebral, but at the same time, Mike is one of the best fundamental players that I think I've coached. Even looking at watching Green. On his stance.
Dude, this is elite football talk right here, bro. You guys don't even understand what we're witnessing right now, bro. This is elite football knowledge that's being fucking shared with us.
And I think that some of those things
I love football, man.
make him a great player, also make him a great coach.
Take a deep breath. Okay, have some fun. Be foolish and mistake. You're going to make mistakes. Every one of you is going to make a mistake. Let's figure out a way to make it right. He really did a good job of several different things. He could coach the position. He could develop the player. He could connect with the player. Christian! Nice play, son. It doesn't matter what the player's background was, whether it was Whitney Merciless or Jadavian Clowney or Brian Cushing, all came from different backgrounds. He was a tough coach, not a demanding coach. All right, somebody's got to go for Courtney Brown. Of course, he's tired. You got to get some water and play the whole game. You're going to play the whole game. You can't get tired. You can't. That's how this deal works. Great job developing.
Sweet, bro. Yes, he's gonna hold him accountable.
See how much on everybody's having? They don't tap out. We don't have enough guys to tap out. Okay? They all need to listen to it. We don't have time to do this. He had a way of connecting with those guys, which I think
This shit fires me up, man.
Chip first.
That's how you coach. That's how you coach. Hey.
Way to take it out, right? BK, tell Christian that's a hell of a game. Hell of a game on Christian. Well, I've always had the culture.
Let's go.
Team looks like.
Dude, that's how you coach.
Right after losses, some defeats, take a snapshot of what your team looks like. Is there energy? Is there willingness to work? Are players still putting the team first, and are they working towards a positive goal? He's going to get this organization back on track. Look, Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. In the right direction and make them a powerhouse again. I just believe in Mike Vrabel. He's on the field. He's taking part of off-season conditioning. Good. Let's go. He just drills with them. He's hands-on. Let's go put the pads on. Yeah, but we see that pad on? Yeah. You know what I mean? We love that thing. It's nice and thin. It can travel anywhere. It can go in your suitcase and go to the workouts. Lean, throw your hands. Lean. Good. You don't have to do anything. Just get in that position. Can we line up on the call? Good. Get lined up on. With Vrabel coming in now, all this stuff that you hear, keeping guys accountable, like he's going to be the first to do it. And he can get away with saying things to guys the way he says it because he...
Look at Edelman, man.
He played it, and he's just as smart as the guys that coached him at it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a burly...
That's why dude, Edelman just said it perfectly. That's why I'm so hyped for this dude, because he's literally been around fucking legends, dude. Like, bro, he's soaked up the game, and just, like, he's done it at the highest level, bro. As a player, I mean, as a coach, man, he still hasn't, gotten to a Super Bowl or anything yet, but, bro, I believe that he's right there, dude. He has the knowledge to, get these guys in the right direction, bro. I really feel like the Patriots are bad.
Like, he's a big man. Man's strength. I still think he got 4 or 6 plays in him. He's a Hall of Famer, Mike Harrison. So make sure you're on top of your game with him, because he's able. He's the best kind of able that I know. How accurate? I would say that's pretty accurate. Look at that, too! Don't judge Megan for effort. We want to have a high standard here. Hey, welcome, Kevin. Welcome to Beautiful.
Dude, how does his, neck hold up with all that, bro?
Everybody's proving themselves to the team every single day, earning the right to be here. Finish the week and trying to hold and have an environment where we're holding each other accountable. The competitiveness, we're going to be aggressive, we don't want to be reckless, and I think that you'll be proud of our style. We can help them become better football players. We know the culture he's bringing. That's Mike Vrabel. And I'll tell you what, Christopher, you were hoping for it, and you got it. Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator, and he is nothing short of exactly what the doctor ordered. McDaniels is exactly what was needed. It's a wonderful feeling. This year has given me a little bit of a different perspective on the game.
Look at McDaniels, man.
How much you enjoyed.
Dude, say what you want about McDaniels, bro, but as a Patriots fan, I'm always going to appreciate him over here, so I don't give a fuck about what any of y'all got to say about him being Raiders, Broncos, Colts.
Every day, and this place has such a special attraction to me.
Fresh Page Reacts.
For me, and I was so blessed and fortunate to have an opportunity to come back into this organization and to work for Mike, who I've known for more than 20 years. When you're free agent as a kid, back in 2009, Josh McDaniels says he picked you up at the airport. Yeah, I mean, he was on that crew, that scouting assistant, coaching assistant role. Picked us up. I think I was with maybe Larry Izzo, maybe I think Anthony Pleasant might have been on that trip. Yeah, I picked a lot of people up at the airport. 2001, if you remember, that free agent class was pretty big. There was the David Pattons and the Mike Vrabels. There's a lot of people that came from other places and assimilated onto our team back then that came together and wrote a special story that year that began something pretty unique here. I believe Josh is one of the best offensive coordinators in the league as well. I mean, he also has developed players. He helped develop me. He developed you, developed Tom. Put me in the right situations all the time when I was in New England. That's right, he knows how to relate to guys as well, which is really good. Good try. That's it. They scored me. They said, you gotta get up. Don't take it too far off the ball. Let's scoot up and check with it, okay? You need that, with these young bucks these days. Big D's. And then they hired a defensive coordinator, too, Joe Williams, who Vrabel had on his staff at Tennessee, coaching defensive line. Let's go, man. And the assistant head coach, that Tennessee front four.
Multitask reacts.
Stupendous. Well, whenever you go out there, I want to see you. All right?
This was the defensive line coach I was talking about in my schedule video.
Relationship. We worked together for 6 years in Tennessee.
All right, brother. All good.
Our relationship grew there, and I know what he's all about. A lot of people may think the opportunity to be a coordinator was the big reason for coming here, but a lot of it was Mike Vrabel.
He's an outstanding teacher, great human being, somebody that's team first, hard worker. I think he's got a good vision for what he wants to do. And certainly, I know what Vrabel's going to want to do out there. They've worked together.
All right. Good job, man.
I mean, just look at that gut, man. You can't tell me that's not a mean defensive coordinator right there, dude. I love it, dude. I love it. And he's been a head coach in a couple preseason games.
That was the hardest thing.
So he's legit, bro.
A year later, he's gone.
The CEO and head coach of the Patriots has made 2 really good hires in my estimation. My goodness, are those 2 terrific coordinator hires on top of Vrabel being brought back. We're going to use my practice in Texas. The All-Star game is pretty much where you get a bunch of some of the best athletic players in this class, and you're getting all these players together and practice against each other. I think the interviews are probably one of the most important things that we do here. We go the entire year, we travel the country, we go to all the schools in our areas, we go and practice there, we meet with their staffs, we gather a lot of information about them, just things we're looking for in a player, how smart they are, how tough they are, how dependable they are, how durable they are. So you collected all this information on what everyone thinks they are. Now you get to see for yourself what you think it is. So that's my favorite part, is just a chance to get to talk to these players and see hear their stories from their side and not someone else telling it for them. We spend at least 1 month, sometimes even 2 or 3, covering these players without having any sort of face-to-face interaction. And just at the end of the day, it's another piece for them to assess and evaluate sort of what they'll need to have success in their locker room. It's the best time of year for us. This is season's over. It's full-on college scouting for us. New information, new tape, new interviews, new everything. So I love this time of year. This is when we really need to go. Well, it's already really the last opportunity for us to see the players in a real football setting, like compete in a one-on-one setting, maybe get an exposure to see them in a different position than what they played in college, so we can properly evaluate their versatility and ability to handle multiple spots. And really, small school level, where their system is that they came from, see them in a full-style system. So it's really trying to polish up our eval on what we gather in fall. Certain players have more to prove than others based on their body work, based on their level of competition. There's things that we look for in specific guys based on what evidence we have up to this point, because that's ultimately what this is. We're projecting what they look like in the NFL. That's where we use this time to definitely confirm some of the things that we thought or had doubts about. And then on the flip side, yeah, we can definitely change our minds based on new information that we're continuing to gather. Practice number 1 getting set to roll here from the campus of South Alabama Hancock Whitney Stadium, and we are fired up to be back here as they say here at the Senior Bowl. The draft starts in Mobile. These opportunities are great because it's our first chance to really kind of rub elbows with the prospects. And now we get to see them not only participate on the field, but to see body language. Who's got some energy? We love guys that compete. I like to get on the field early and try to get body types.
Elliot Wolf, bro. Hey, man, I'm not going to lie, bro. Elliot Wolf, bro, you did save your career and your identity with the Patriots, bro. I'm not going to lie. I hated you last year, dude. I hated you so bad. You're not doing that bad. Pissing me off this year, so good on you for improving, bro. Making the right moves. I appreciate you. Keep it up.
Looking now with Elliot and his staff and making sure that this process here, player evaluation, is also something that's important as well. Just wanted to get together and talk about practice day 1, identifying some of the risers. Really just looks good, have the depth of the group. JT receivers, it looked like they did a lot of one-on-ones. Yeah, I thought the national team typically had a bit of practice just in terms of giving us snaps to evaluate. I thought that we can do Kyle Williams had the best day.
Oh my god, dude! Did you see how my face just lit up when they said that name? Kyle Williams is going to be one of the best receivers in the league for years to come. Oh, yep, give me that. Sorry, yep. Dude, all the noises that football players make. Still got love for the game, man.
Even when you look at the East-West, that's some of the better players. On that one game, the front play's been fun to watch, especially in an all-star setting. O-line, D-line gets super physical and competitive, and the combine and the underwear Olympics, that's where it's less important for them. This is where it's important, where they're putting the pads on and playing physical. 90% of these guys get drafted versus, maybe 60% from the East-West game. So, this is just a higher caliber athlete. There's two more guys that are going to go in potential day 1 and definitely some day 2 guys here.
That's what we're looking for. Because we already know who we want with the number 1 pick.
So he's the one to me to watch this week in a lot of ways because he's a violent, disruptive, integrating off the back of the that's what you'll see. So playing on the other side line of scrimmage, and that's what he has as a choice. Even time when you've got the interview sessions and you get the opportunity to get to know them as people and just create touch points. This is maybe the first one, so I haven't gone through the spring, but it's really cool to finally be able to get to know who these players are behind the helmet, so to speak. Develop sort of a game plan for each player and what we're trying to glean from the information we get from them here. But it's about just a quick interview, a fit, a personality, things that they said, and then evaluate them off practicing and go back and see what they did in the season. But we got to make sure that we're bringing in great people, that we believe in the people that we trust, and that the ability also matches the level of trust that we have in the players and people that we bring in. There's really some special stories, special people that I enjoy getting to know, have a vision for as a coach and as an organization. Before we go to the combine, Andy, so let you guys know how much I appreciate everything that you've done, this whole fall, and just when we get to Indy, it's all about being represented by the Patriots and moving forward and trying to get to see that. One of the first things.
Hey man, W Wolf, bro. Like I said earlier, man, you're growing on me.
Life, obviously seeing him play, so you actually knew what a playable guy was, kind of going to the meetings. It's a guy that's smart, that's physical, that loves football. Guys get instincts, guys get triggered in both phases. Fast, physical, attacking type players. We're looking for explosive players. Sports art, in terms of toughness. I would say toughness is the biggest thing where it's non-negotiable. It's hard to bring players to the table with Braves that you aren't convinced are really tough guys. Is he smart enough? Does he have a good medical? Is he a good guy? Like first determining who the good players are and what they can do for the team. I think that's the most important thing. And then we can kind of take in the whole, every little piece of the puzzle and kind of put it all together at the end. It all comes back to who the best players are.
Dude, he has a good way of putting his words together. Like, you could tell he was carefully trying to say, like, how they obviously look at the background of a player to see what, if they fit the culture of a team, but how ultimately they're focused on the best player. I feel like at times the Patriots weren't always focused on that, like, post-Brady era. Like, I feel like we were trying to fit a certain image because, certain people wanted to make certain moves. I'm not going to call anyone out directly, but yeah, man, we learned it. It seems like we're growing from it. So that makes me, really excited for the future of the Pats, man. We're back.
Indianapolis, Indiana is on the air.
Right now, we're joined by Mike Vrabel, who said you can't go home again. Mike, we want to be aggressive. We want to target players that we feel like are going to help us. They're going to be outstanding players. They're going to be outstanding additions to the locker room. I think it's a good draft. I think there's a lot of names, there's a lot of personalities. It's been really cool working with Coach Vrabel. He has a lot of
great ideas, a vision for the team.
What we're trying to do through this process is get players to be as authentic as possible and how they can have a roster in our team and the vision that we have.
I started watering, bro. I don't know what's going on.
I wanted to get with you scouting systems about how the local leagues are going. They've been going pretty good after getting down there and having been able to talk to them. They're going a little bit. You can see more different personalities down the street. Especially like down there, middle just hanging out like it's the group that wheel, but it's the receiver, the group of DBs, like see all of you guys just like getting around to something. And from a workout standpoint, so workouts start tomorrow. We have a kicker specialist today, that's what one is. And then the D-line will start things off tomorrow afternoon, so at 3 o'clock. So watching the workouts pretty much it's kind of an opportunity for us to connect, sit together, watch top players, top football. My favorite thing about watching the combine workouts is it's one after the other. So you kind of get to compare one player to another. You see who really stands out relative to the rest of the group and who doesn't. So it's just nice to see a handful of offensive linemen. You get to see them back to back to back, which is nice to see. It's an easy call that way to see who's standing out.
We'll be literally off and running with 40-yard dashes. You're in it. You guys will happen to be on my phone with the same number. I'm going back, Doug. I gotta stop watching my phone, Doug. You ready? Find out. Look, Doug. 6'3". Find out. What do you have, Doug? I'm going to put that in there so I'm going to put the record in the meantime. Structured meetings, just like that, review with the players and I can tell at first if you're going to make it. That's good. It took 3 hours because I was lifting my butt up there.
What is your approach to having a number 4 pick? Are you opposed to trading or listening, or are you going to stay that?
I don't think anybody could be able to say for certain what they're going to do right now. People always ask who they're going to take them. I can tell us who goes 1, 2, or 3, then I'll have a better idea of what tell you what we may do it for. But I think we always listen and we want to entertain any offer that somebody had that we felt like could strengthen our football team. So I mean, I say what that's going to be right now. I don't think we have a great idea of what that would do. Of course, yeah.
Back here for the first on-field drills of the final day, and there is Will Campbell after running the sub-5.
That's my left tackle right there.
From his route.
Will, just impressive body work, for your starter.
Dude, when we drafted him, I was blazing so hard, bro.
Missed a game there, just incredibly dependable, big,
Dude, just look at that fucking block, man. Oh my, I'm sorry, bro. Dude, no. Alright, look at that block, bro.
For your starter in the SEC, at places like LSU, all of left tackle.
Look at this block, man. Look at this block, bro.
Big, strong, athletic kid, high-end pass protector, extremely.
Sit your ass down.
Balance, extremely instinctive in pass protection. He's an advanced player, especially at his age. Like with the youth that he has, a third-year player, but still experienced in being a 3-year starter in the SEC is pretty unique. And then he's wired right. The way you want a left tackle to be wired, just he's a tone setter. The way he takes care of his body, his professionalism, he takes this serious. This is really important to him. It's the type of offensive lineman that you want protecting the franchise quarterback. He's plug and play in a lot of ways, which especially at that position is really important.
What is the Patriots free agency plan? Flurry of moves over the NFL free agency. A boatload of cap space. Obviously, Patriots fans are hoping they're going to use it, and they have, making major moves on defense. They got one of the top free agents on the board. Philadelphia defensive lineman Milton Williams. So obviously, they signed Harold Landry III to get the quarterback. Now they're signing Bob Spillane to change the culture up in there. Davis named the top 2 corner there. Morgan Hill to solidify the offensive line. These are Vrabel's guys. Somebody watches all those. That's a dog right there.
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, man. Look at my team.
These are tough, big, physical players. It's a tough team now.
Look at my team, man. So inspirational.
For winning for a long time, for them to want me and bring me into this organization and be a part of it, I couldn't have done better than that. So before you leave here, we got to extend this. Yes, sir. And you can put it into words.
We are extremely proud. I personally never dreamed of a moment like this or the Super Bowl.
Well, I dreamed of it. I feel like I knew what was going to happen because he put the work in. This is time. I have my family there. To see all the work go into it. A lot of stuff going behind the scenes, so we can just celebrate the moment with them.
So inspirational, bro.
It was the biggest day of my life. I could have been a better moment.
So we must have had this thing in motion for a while, bro.
Just winning here.
Like this series, I mean. These guys are interviewing for it, right?
I'm all for that. Also, like coaching Mike Vrabel and players coaches out there, holding bags for guys, and just a leader of men that's willing to step aside and put himself on the line for the benefit of the team. It's an easy decision.
Also, just historically, us, just to have all the success.
Spiral for a touchdown.
So the Patriots have multiple Super Bowls. Just a championship culture that's here. Being part of this
It's hot, bro.
Something that is near and dear to my heart. I can't wait to add my legacy to it. I got to play for Coach Vrabel 8 years ago at Tennessee, and when I found out I was going to have the opportunity to perform again, I was truly excited to get out there.
Obviously, the longevity of the history that's been in this building, the greats that went through these tunnels like Tom Brady, Vince Wilfork, Coach Vrabel, so to be able to continue that and just be a part of something that's bigger than yourself is the ideal way of just coming out here and just being a Patriot. When you put on that New England uniform, it's almost like
that must speak to it. And I felt like, it was an easy choice for me today to come back here where I'm starting.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot you're from Boston College.
Where my career took off, I feel like as a football player.
In addition to those, the fans adding defensive tackle, Kairos Tonga.
It tells a lot about an organization, about how the players talk, and Patriot players that they always respected the organization and the work that came with it. Just being in the stadium, just give me some goosebumps of what it can be. I'm excited just to do it.
Matt Collins, underrated, big physical player. If he plays for you,
Bro, Matt Collins, you're W, bro, but gotta start wearing some shoes, brother.
you don't love it. It'd be 30 degrees below there. He ain't got no shoes on.
I want people to push me to be the best I can. I think that's kind of the philosophy that coach has.
Yes, that's where very busy.
So I'll be able to show you if you want to see this already, but I'm just let you go back and like, this is for you.
Who's the best defensive back? I'm a former DB. Who's the best DB you played against?
For me, I'll say Carlton Davis. Only reason why I say Carlton Davis because he was one of the nice men, long arms, and he ain't got no knee bend. He just pushed back over here.
Bro, exposing him and shit. That's the best receiver in the league, though, by the way.
Plays on me, so I ain't gonna forget that.
For me, what the is respect. I think respect is a big thing in this league. A lot of guys who are just great athletes, and he's definitely one of them, if not the best. So when the players are saying that just lets you know how legit you are.
When I think about Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez, I think the ability now to
Oh my gosh, bro. We're so bad. We're so bad.
The game plan for offense. And when you have two corners who can go out there and match up and play in the slot, play outside and just take somebody away, I think now this defense is going to be able to do that and say, we're going to play against two top receivers. I don't care where they line up.
Hell no. Dude, he had him on clamps that week.
What that does for the rest of the defense, every other player plays a little bit more free.
Yeah, frees it up for the rest of the defense, bro. You guys have to know ball to understand what he's talking about.
So I can't wait to see this tandem. I think Christian Gonzalez is going to be the best corner in the NFL this year. He has that kind of talent. So adding a veteran and a player like Carlton Davis just going to take it to a whole new heights this year.
It ended up working out at a lot of different positions, particularly on defense. We got a lot of our, top targets and guys that we really felt comfortable with, that would fit our culture and fit the scheme, fit what we're trying to build.
The New England Patriots, I believe, have something big up their sleeve when it comes to the wide receiver position. Don't be surprised if after making some of these big moves on defense, if the coach also get Drake May some help as well.
Bro, pause. Dude, just the sight of him in Patriots colors is so inspirational, bro. I'm not even going to do too much right now.
He had a career, that's something that you can attest to. A lot of work and being a part of something special. I got to call it kind of like real simple, more formative to the fact that the competitiveness, the confidence, the play meter, the consistency, those are things that excite us. So there's a picture of the wide receiver that can come here and help us. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We've been waiting for that. Have someone of your son's caliber here.
He always want to win. He always want to work hard. He always want to see the players on his team get better. He's just a leader.
Individual accolades always will follow with the success. And I think
team.
individual success breeds team success. This is what I think, and this is what I'm supposed to do. So I'm gonna give it everything that I got.
Let's just work hard, Diggs. Hey, man, I know all the shit you've had in the past being a diva and shit, bro. Let's just come in here and work hard. Dude, like, not even like to say that you were a diva back then. I said that wrong, bro. See, I'm not a Glazer, dude. So, like, I know, like, sometimes, like, things on TV can get mixed, like, messages, you know what I'm saying? Things can get lost in translation. And I know you had whatever you had with your past teams, but, dude, this is a new era, man. It's a new team. You're coming back from an injury, bro. I literally have been rooting for you, thinking about you, praying for you, man. Like, I just know you're going to come in here and set the tone and help bring back the culture. So let's just come in here. Let's work hard, bro. We want to win.
Everybody that's excited, grab your popcorn, grab your jacket, let's get to work.
That's what I want to hear, man.
It's just finding people that fit our culture, just some professional players that show some of these young guys the right way to do it, and we feel like we really accomplished that at a lot of different positions, all the while still preparing for the draft to get ready, because obviously that's a big foundation piece, and what we're trying to build is a draft and develop team.
You're going to hear a lot of people, and I believe it as well. You'd like to draft, develop, and then retain your own, because those are the people that you pour the most into. You know the best, and free agency though is another way to address issues on your team.
We just felt like we needed to create competition throughout the roster and fill some of the holes, so we'd be able to be more flexible with our draft strategy.
And this year's free agency for us is probably going to look a lot different than next year's free agency. And I think that's what you have to take stock of as you go into the free agency process, which kicks off really roster building season. Is what are the things we need to address the most? What can set us up the best to be able to take the best players available in the draft? And year to year that might change. It just becomes one of those things that the draft, develop, and retain is a great concept, but if you draft well enough, ultimately you can't pay them all. So that's why there's got to be a constant shift, and we just have to be intentional about not only the players that we sign in free agency, but who those people are. Because as I said before, the people make a big difference.
Filling a lot of those needs through free agency, and again, just open up that flexibility for the draft so we can take the best player available each day.
You get really excited because you think about all the hours spent and the time that's put into this, not just by myself, but our whole department. And so there's a level of excitement that, we play out all these scenarios, and now we're kind of at the altar getting ready to pull the trigger on some of the players that we've fallen in love with. It's such a short period of time to acquire the player over the 3-day span. So it's making sure, our communication's buttoned up and our processes are all solidified and we're all on the same page going in. And
Respect.
Just from there, making sure that we do, everybody does their part. It's an exciting weekend, and we're ready to add players to help us win more games and be a better team.
The draft's being held in Green Bay, the home of the Packers. The first round gets underway tonight at 8. The second and third rounds will be held tomorrow, followed by the final 4 rounds on Saturday.
As of this moment, the Patriots will be picking 4th overall, with Tennessee holding the top spot, followed by the Browns and New York Giants. If there's one thing to know about the Patriots' intentions is that they want to come out of this draft with more infrastructure around quarterback Drake May. Now, I am told that they are willing to move down from that number 4 pick. Now, a lot will depend on what happens 1, 2, 3 in terms of who is available to the Patriots. But another thing to know, they spend a lot of time with left tackles. Anyone who thinks they know the Patriots are doing their same slam dunk before, the Canadian Wolves ain't talking. I don't think Trey does either.
I've been really fortunate to have the opportunities I've had from a young age. I've been in the draft room every year since 1993.
Oh, wow.
My first draft room memory was I was 11. I went in the draft room. My dad wanted to make sure I came in after the Packers spent their first round pick. Draft. Kind of the back of the room, but it was pretty cool to see the excitement.
Coming from a player, I told our team I watched 13 drafts after I got picked. I watched 13 of them after me because ultimately I wanted to watch the players that they were trying to get to replace me. It was my job to do everything that I could in my power to earn my spot against the player that they were trying to draft.
I think it should be fun, and I think it should be calm because we're so prepared. We've done the work on these guys. We know these guys. We've had a great process, and we're ready to go.
Are you ready? The 2025 NFL Draft is now officially open. And so those are the owners who have been waiting since February to hear. Well, thanks, Brady. The Cleveland Browns.
Just want to say thank you, everyone, for all their hard work throughout this process. We're up here pretty quick, but just want to say something real quick. Just appreciate everyone's contributions, and we're gonna get this thing right. Really excited about working with Coach Rabel and his staff, and let's get that this weekend.
All right, that was a pretty good message, man. Bear with me, guys, bro. It's a long day yesterday, man. Graduation.
How regimented it is, how controlled it is. It's been really cool to see that come to fruition.
I've known Elliot for a long time, just being in the scouting profession. To describe the relationship, it's one that's a high level of communication. There's a willingness to challenge each other. There's a willingness to challenge ideas, and that's been a big part of our relationship. Being able to work with Elliot and Ryan and Cam Williams and everybody back there that put so much time into it. And it wasn't about any one person. It was about this football team getting great players and great people.
Giants have been pick. New England is on the clock.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, go with that.
Hello.
Will,
What's going on?
how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
This is Cam Williams from the Patriots, man. I got Elliot Wolf right here. He's on the line. He's ready to fill you in on some things.
How you doing?
So where'd you last night?
I think I just had some pizza. Some place you were telling me about.
There you go. All right, man. Okay, got a couple more minutes here till the summer. But congratulations, man. We're going to get our shot place here. Doing good.
Man, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Here's my friend.
That's
I promise you, I'll be the last time you know.
I'm gonna make you do it right. Me too.
If it gets out, I'm telling you, everybody's going to have a bad day.
that's our coach, man.
You seal the deal. Right, they'll do it. And, buddy, we're happy as hell. We're excited for you. Make sure you thank everybody that helped you.
Man.
Okay, yes, sir. I'll let you talk to Mr. Kraft, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations. We're so glad to have you. And I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You do well. Great oversight before the season. Hope you go on and go around on quarterback Drake May. Here's the commission of the Patriots.
With the fourth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell, tackle, LSU.
Tackle? That's where you need to look.
Look at how sharp he looks, man. It's my left tackle.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
He will be an alpha in the offensive line room, and that's exactly what New England needs. That was that black and yellow back there, Tony. Run back, side girls.
Did you see it?
You could have gone down there and for 3 hours.
What's behind that?
Look at my inspirational medium coach.
Congratulations.
Show the room when he said that.
Tell me the consequence, but look at the time, man.
They should have showed the room when he said that.
We already took the risk. We already did it. Boy, look at this. Who could have ever did it better? We had a whole different league. We're on a whole different level.
Look at how sharp he is, man.
Kyle Williams texted me. He said, not bad for a short arm cat out of Monroe, Louisiana.
Oh my gosh, bro. This team is winning the Super Bowl this year. Dude, this team is winning the Super Bowl this year, bro. Look at how much chemistry we have already.
Be a long way from the food state. Dang, I hate looking.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Thank y'all for coming out. I wish I could over there, but hey, let's go. Let's do it. I'm excited. Thank y'all for coming out.
Dude, man, look at my left tackle. We're winning the Super Bowl this year.
And I had a pulled groin. We're playing a team out of Lafayette. We were losing at halftime, but I just couldn't just sit there. What's that say?
New England, Will Campbell.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. And The other team didn't even have a locker room, and I didn't even have all my stuff. Yeah. I just had my pads, pants, cleats. I think I wore ankle socks with like high-top cleats. And I got butt naked under the stadium because I didn't have a locker room. I went out there and played. We ended up winning. It was cool just to be able to do that for my guys. I was willing to risk an injury for them just because we had.
That's the fucking left tackle that I need to protect my quarterback.
Yeah, it meant a lot for me. But I miss it. Stop. I cut my bangs. It's got us all. Why did you do that? Just for fun.
We all did that as a kid, man. I didn't do my hair, bro. I did my eyebrows, bro. As a kid, I don't want to talk about it, man.
I don't know how I understand or anything. I guess that's last time I did this. I was like coming in, it's like an interview. It's been over with now, so. Appreciate you. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you. What's going on? What up?
Dude, look at how fresh he is, man. Dude, he literally walks in like a mob boss.
Yeah, I did. What's going on? I appreciate you.
From the start, he was a heralded player from his freshman year on, and just the guy we kept an eye on for a number of years. The more work you do on his character, the pass protection, the run blocking, the guy, the leadership, all that kind of stuff, just made him the right pick for us at that time.
You had no chance until March when you left to the deal.
Yes, I appreciate it.
This was a very, very easy pick for us. He's a leader, he's durable, he's physical, dependable, accountable, he's quick studying. This team is important, this team will be important to him, and so that was a large factor in how we came to be able to pick him.
You look like a professor at Boston College.
Before I got the call, honestly, I was sitting there antsy. I was waiting on it. I kind of had a feeling it was coming, and I was just super thankful. What's wrong with that? Nice to meet you too. My message to him is, I just wanted to be here. This is where I wanted to be. And I just try to put myself in the best position possible to make that happen. We're coming here to win. We want to win games. I just want to be the best.
Oh, dude, his locker is literally right next to Moses too, and I really am like high on Moses. I think Moses is going to be a really big leader for this team, bro. So I love the fact that his locker is right next to Moses, bro. That's going to be so beneficial for him. He's going to be like the next leader of this team, bro. Him and Drake May, dude, they're going to fucking lead this team.
You got to love violence to be able to play on offense and defensive line, and that's something that I like. It's a dog-eat-dog world.
Oh my gosh, bro. Everything he says is perfect.
Every time.
Hello? Hey, this is Mike right now. Yeah, he's got a message for you. Who's the blood actually matters? Shouldn't draft me back in 97, but that's the message.
We are. Yeah. Chicago wants to just flip and give us a 7. 7. They're next. What do we feel better about it? 6 11. I like them. The main third taking, I think that was good. Just something else in mind. 58-79, like shit free. But I think it's good matters. I think it's good. Thankfully, pick up your ass. I think it's true. They hit the Travion Henderson. Hello, Travion. Good. How are you, man? This is game over. Patriots. You ready? You ready? I'm ready, man.
All right, right now. All right,
thank you.
All right, right now.
Yes, sir.
Travion. Yeah, okay, congrats, man. We're excited to man.
Yes, sir. I'm excited too, man.
Congratulations.
And Travion's got one of those old people hairlines, old head hairlines already, man. He's only like, what, like 23, 24, and he's already got one of those old head hairlines. I just know he's going to be good, bro.
With the 38th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select
Travion Henderson, running back, Ohio State.
Some teams were calling, talking about moving up, and ultimately we didn't feel that the value being offered to us was worth possibly losing out on Travion, so we just ended up setting pick in.
All right. I mean, that's a good way to spin it, but I heard the guy say on the phone that he's going to pick.
Do we feel like we can get this player later, or is this a player that we would stick and pick? And so we felt like what was best for us was to get Trey, and glad we did.
He's a fun one because I think we saw the same thing that the fans saw. We saw those explosive plays, just his ability to take the distance each time he touches the ball. It's all of it. It's the route running, the pass protection, the toughness, the character, physicality, and just all those things added up into the right player.
This is the first process. We're going to get commuted 77.
I believe we are. What do you have in mind? Okay, let me check on that. What is that? I don't know. Okay, we're good. Okay, thanks.
What color is it?
What's up? How you doing, man? I can't wait. I'm doing good. Ready to go? Okay, the wait is up. We're going to wait. Let's do it, man. Here's Coach Raven.
you're ready to go, man. You made an impact on us in that 30 visit. Everybody here loved you, and we're trying to get you. We thank everybody that helped you get here. You know, man, that's what we're trying to be, man.
Kyle Williams, man, number 18, gonna be one of the best receivers in the league for years to come. That Williams Dick duo, oh my gosh, what a draft, huh?
I think Kyle's got a really cool story, and I'm excited for our fans and our people to really see that. Kyle Williams.
He's a really good athlete, and he's been a good receiver, productive receiver. He can run, his releases are good. We're confident in his work ethic and ability to do those things. We can say that. There's adrenaline throughout. You're calling around, you're talking about trading up, you're talking about trading down.
Carolina at 85 and 146, even though going back 3 more spots. So there's certainly 3 spots.
That better. You got all these offers. Sometimes you don't have any. Sometimes people pull out at the last minute. Sometimes an offer comes in while you're on the clock. So we moved back 8 spots to pick up the 5th. Versus moving back 5 spots to pick up the 6th.
That's 6 is what are you talking about? That's 30 spots.
I like if they don't agree with it. It's fun to just try to maneuver around the board, and we don't make trades just to make trades. It's about how the board's stacking up. So if there's some value there that we feel like we can move back and pick up some future assets or some assets later in the draft where maybe the draft board looks a little bit stronger, then we're not going to hesitate to do that.
Gallup at New England is on the clock.
Who trades?
Where are you going?
Hello. 77 or 85, 146. Thanks.
Okay, we're going to trade with Carolina. All right, thanks, guys. New England has traded pick. Carolina is on the clock. New England is on the clock.
You always work the phones, whether it's to go up or down, just to see what people are thinking.
Hey, text me about you guys want to go to
It ultimately comes down to the player that we're going to pick, since sometimes you don't feel as convicted about the player that you want to, so you might try to trade back.
Back 10 spots in the pick next year.
So acquiring more picks is always a good thing. You need more picks, it gives you more chances to stay on guys.
Look at the Bears for us. Pick up to me.
You want to do that?
Kansas City's Chinese fishes, and then their rights to Chicago's force. Kansas City is on the clock. Kansas City, let's make a selection. Yeah, bigger than that.
Oh, Vanderbilt. Fucking dog from Florida State.
Gratifying when one of your players gets picked. We put a ton of time in as scouts. We take a lot of pride in our work. Every one of us in the room, this is our passion. It's honestly a pretty big deal to be a scout here, a local guy, grew up here, been a Pats fan my entire life.
For sure started ascending.
Before each pick, like we talk to the scouts. We're not, there's teams that don't always involve the scouts in draft day, and they're the ones that know the players the best, probably even better than myself. So when we really boil it down, I think it's important for those guys to be involved and feel involved because they absolutely are.
Offense. Hang on, we're going to talk about what's Jared Wilson? I think Russell.
Oh, why did I think his last name was Vanderbilt?
Jared, how you doing? How you doing, man? It's Cam Williams from the Patriots. How you doing? You good, man? You ready to go? Yes, sir. I got Elliot Wolf here on the line, ready to fill you in. New England has another 6. Philadelphia is on top. How you doing? You ready? Wait, no, a second.
Send it in. Congratulations, man.
Hey, buddy, take a big deep breath, okay? This is a great time for her. Is it okay?
Okay.
I know you have. Just take a big deep breath and enjoy it, okay, man?
Sure, sir.
He was trying to take your video away. Same moment. Welcome to Day 3 of the 2025 NFL Draft.
Saturday's my favorite day of the draft. You generally have more picks. There's a lot more movement. There's a lot more surprises. There's trading up and down. There's next year picks involved. And then once you're done, you have college
Fresh
agency, which is, that can be the wild, wild west.
Greg Woodson. Great. Chris, how you doing, man?
You have to be more excited than the people that pick.
Oh, yeah, that was the safety. I remember that.
137, 124, 238. We just traded up for you, man.
We got a party over there, Josh. The people telling us to come.
England has traded its pick. The trade is on the clock.
Hey, listen, we're going to let you pick, but you can't wear sleeves, okay? So when it gets home, we'll want our kickers wearing sleeves. Okay? That's all right. Marcus, we're excited when you made a heck of an impact on us and everybody in the organization when you came and visited, and we're excited to live with you.
Let's do this trade. Hey, congrats. What's up, man? You still waiting?
to you for 257. That's it, boy.
We go crazy, dude. But situations like this, you're not going to be Mr. Irrelevant in the league, trust.
Everyone, that was awesome. We really helped the team out. You know, we got some guys.
We got some guys, we got some dogs.
Off seasons I can remember in the last decade. I think the new
Right here.
knocked it out of the park. Mike Vrabel and Elliott both were absolutely cooking throughout the entire thing.
You cannot not love what Graves and company have done with this offense and the Patriots.
I just feel like the Patriots knocked this one out of the park. I think it was a really, really great draft class for them.
What the New England Patriots did in this draft, I think is going to pay dividends in this upcoming season.
Back in the lane, back in the line, back at it. Back in the spot, back in the block, back at it.
Whatever they want to do after that, we really don't care. What matters
These are fucking dogs.
processes led us to those picks. If we did those things in our processes, then I'm going to be extremely happy with that. And so should our staff.
That's my glorious quarterback right there. Look at my team, man. Let's go to fucking Bart. That shit's lit, bro. I like the series, bro. Definitely gonna be fucking with it in the future if they let me, man. Hopefully no copyright, bro. Fingers crossed. I'd be fucking fire if we could do a whole series. First series.
We'll never be done trying to improve the roster. It's our challenge every single day to get the right players in here. I don't think that ever stops.
Oh, sweet. Got everybody who was telling me to react to it. We're going quick, man. Like I always say, send me videos that you want me to react to, and I'll get to it. Most consistent reactor on the tube, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. As always, Fresh Breeze reacts one more time. I'll see you in the next video.